I need to say this plainly, because even now it sounds irrational when I hear it in my head. Every night, at exactly 3:10 a.m., someone touches my front door. Not a knock, not a handle turn, just a soft, deliberate pressure, like fingers resting there to confirm it's real. I live alone. I always have. And when it first started, I told myself it was nothing. Pipes, heat, someone in the building coming home late. But I started waking up before it happened. That's the part I don't talk about much. My body knew before my brain accepted it. I had opened my eyes in the dark, already tense, already listening, waiting for 3:10. My apartment is a small one-bedroom near Parramatta Road. Nothing fancy. Old building, thin walls. You hear traffic at all hours, trucks downshifting, buses sighing at stops. I moved in because it was affordable and close to work. I liked the anonymity. No one bothered me. Neighbors nodded but didn't linger. At night, the building settled into a predictable rhythm. TVs shutting off, footsteps fading. The distant hum of the road never really stopped, but it became background noise. I slept fine at first, deep, undisturbed, until one night I woke up suddenly, heart racing, no dream attached, and then I heard it, a faint sound at the door, so faint I almost missed it. It wasn't loud enough to scare me immediately. That came later. At the time, it felt tentative, like someone adjusting their weight outside. I held my breath, listening. Nothing else followed. No footsteps leaving, no lift doors, just silence sliding back into place. I checked the clock, 3:11 a.m. I remember because the numbers glowed too brightly in the dark. I stayed awake for another hour, telling myself it was coincidence. The next night, it happened again. Same pressure, same pause, same time. I didn't check the door. I didn't want to. Something about standing up felt like permission. By the fourth night, I started documenting it, not formally, just notes on my phone. 3:10, sound at door. Writing it down made it feel smaller, controlled, but the pattern didn't break. Weeknights, weekends, rainy nights, hot ones, always the same. I started waking up minutes before, sometimes seconds. My body would tense, like it was bracing. I stopped using alarms. There was no need. Once I checked the peephole afterward. The hallway light was on. Empty, clean carpet, no shadows. I pressed my ear to the door. All I heard was the building breathing. Pipes, distance, Parramatta Road still alive. I mentioned it casually to a coworker over coffee, laughed it off. He suggested someone was checking the wrong apartment, drunk, confused. It sounded reasonable enough to repeat. I wanted it to be that. I even left a note taped inside the door once, facing outward, wrong apartment, in marker. The next morning, the note was gone. Not torn, not fallen, gone. I stood there longer than necessary, staring at the bare wood, trying to understand the logistics. Someone would have opened the door. I hadn't heard that. The lock was still engaged, deadbolt untouched. That was the morning my hands started shaking. I called the building manager, middle-aged guy, calm voice. He said no one else had complained, suggested maybe someone was checking for unlocked units, advised I keep everything secured. I already did. He said he'd check the cameras. Later, he emailed me. Nothing unusual recorded near my door. No lingering figures, no repeated visits, just the hallway, empty at night. I read the email twice. Then I sat on the edge of my bed, fully dressed, lights on, waiting for night to come. When 3:10 arrived, the pressure came too, right on time, gentle, confident, like it knew I was awake. After that, I stopped sleeping properly. I'd lie there, eyes closed, pretending, testing myself. Sometimes the sound felt closer, other nights lighter. Once, I swear, it traced along the doorframe, slow and careful. I held my phone in my hand, ready to call someone, anyone. I never did. Who do you call to report a touch? I tried changing my routine, stayed up late, slept on the couch, went to bed early. It didn't matter. Whatever was happening, adjust it. 3:10 remained fixed. It didn't feel random anymore. It felt scheduled, like I was a part of it. One night, I opened the door immediately after it happened. I don't know why. Maybe I was tired of being passive. The hallway was empty, lights humming softly, no footsteps retreating, no lift call, nothing. But the carpet directly in front of my door was warmer than the surrounding area. I noticed because my bare feet paused. I stood there too long, listening to my own breathing echo. I closed the door slowly, quietly, locking it again. That night, I didn't go back to bed. I sat with my back against the wall, knees up, waiting for morning. I installed my own camera after that, small, battery-powered, pointed directly at the door from inside. I reviewed the footage every morning, hours of nothing. At 3:09, I'd be asleep, restless, shifting. At 3:10, the audio picked up a faint sound. The door itself didn't move. No shadow crossed the peephole, nothing visible, just the sound, pressure without presence. I showed the clip to the manager. He frowned, said it could be building movement, expansion. I nodded, pretending to accept it, but buildings don't follow schedules. They don't learn people's sleep cycles. I started noticing other things. The lift would arrive at my floor sometimes without being called. I'd open my door in the afternoon and feel watched, though no one was there. Once, a neighbor asked if I worked nights. I asked why. He said he'd noticed my lights were always on before dawn. His tone was casual, observational. It bothered me more than the door. I began avoiding eye contact in the hallway. I stopped wearing headphones. I memorized footsteps, which ones belonged, which didn't. The building felt smaller, tighter, like it was closing in, inch by inch, every night at 3:10. I tried staying elsewhere. A friend let me crash on his couch across town. I slept deeply, no waking, no tension. Relief washed over me so intensely it almost hurt. When I returned 2 days later, my apartment smelled used, not dirty, just occupied. The air felt different. I checked the camera. It was still mounted, battery drained completely. I don't remember leaving it that way. That night, I woke up at 3:10 without the sound, no pressure, nothing. I felt hope for the first time in weeks. Then my phone vibrated, a notification, motion detected, time-stamped, 3:10 a.m. I moved out a month later. No drama, no incident. I didn't explain why. I chose a place with better security, new locks, more neighbors, brighter halls. The first few nights were quiet, peaceful. Then, one morning, I woke up before my alarm, heart pounding, familiar tension crawling up my spine. I checked the time, 3:08 a.m. I lay still, listening. At 3:10, there was no door, just a soft sound coming from the other side of the wall. A pause, pressure, and then nothing. I'm still documenting it. I don't know why. I just know it hasn't stopped.